Good morning everyone, we are today at Topline Motors and today episode we are making in English because we want to present you how we are working, how we checking cars for you and what is a trap in the UAE car market. And I want to introduce right now people who are working for us and with us to show you how the car condition is in UAE. This is Nikki. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
And with us is a car from Topline Motors, and this is a Suzuki Jimny, as you can see, but it's a little bit converted. And we're gonna show you step by step how we are make pre-purchase car inspection in UAE for you. So we have a car that is pretty modified, and this is not a typical car. But let's tell our viewers how we are starting everything, how we working.
The first what we are doing is we take the pictures and the videos from the outside of the car.
Yeah, but we're starting from the chassis number, I guess, right?
This is before we come in to check the car.
Yes,
when you have the choosing your car, we contacting the seller and send to the back office of Car Factor the chassis number to check it on accidents or flooded cars or whatever we can check.
To not waste money for inspection and everything, and just to be sure that the car is worth to inspect it, right? Okay.
And when we became the green light from Poland, from Car Factor, we coming on site, check the car, and the first what we are doing is the first side to see what is the condition from outside. And as first we take around 200-250 pictures, it depends. The next step after the pictures, we starting with the measurement of the lock thickness. Yeah,
of course, because this is very important thing. Because, for example, this car, it will be fully repainted, right? Yeah. We see this is not a typical Jimny. But the most important thing, how is the job done? Is it good or bad? And what the result they get from the painting, right? Also,
in a full modified car, we check the gaps.
Yeah.
How it's the work done with the body kit, because how you know you have better shops and better shops.
Yeah, for example, we are right now in a very good showroom. We bought here a few cars. This is our friends, and this car is modified very properly, I would say.
On the first sign, yes.
Yeah, on the first sign, yes. Of course, we will check that, but general, it looks very, very nice. But also, you can find on the market similar car that will be maybe a little bit cheaper or even for the same price, but the quality will be completely bad, right? It will not make European standard, because this is very important. I want to tell that people in Europe general, they are expecting the first paint and the car will be not repainted, nothing, just like fabric, but yeah, from the fabric, in fabric condition. And here this market is a little bit different. People don't care so much about the first surface of the paint, about the first coating. If they want to change the color, they do it. If something is wrong on the car, because sometimes because of sun, the first lack is going out. So sometimes you have to repaint the car, right?
Yeah.
The most important thing is the why the car is repainted, how it's repainted, how the job is done,
where it's done.
Yeah, where it's done, and is the car is safe to use it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Nikki, show us how it's going to step by step right now.
The first step, we take. You became also a report of the lock thickness.
Yeah, this is very important. We trying to be very transparent for you. So we are using application. We connect our paint measurement machine with application, and we checking step by step each panel, and you are getting from our side PDF report. If we are not giving you PDF report, because sometimes the phone can be overheated. Right now we have around 41 degrees, I think, maybe 40. So it's super hot. If you are using your phone on that conditions, from after maybe 10 to 15 minutes the phone is overheated. So in that case we are making a video for you then where you can see how we are check the paint and what is a measurement of each panel, right? So let's check. I think that we will find some putty here because, for example, the front fender is modified. So please show people how we are doing this. I think it's turned off, right?
Yes.
I can hold it for you and you can make it.
So now.
Yeah, for now.
You see the normal thickness when it comes from the factory. It depends on the vendor. between 80 and 160. And
Yeah.
here we have the difference from 310 to 160.
Yeah, of course,
you see
because
it,
they have to make it. They have to make few surface, right?
Yes.
Because this is not only one surface. Okay, so of course this car is repainted, but how is repainted? You think it's good or not?
On the first sign, when we look, also here the inside is painted of this car. It's really a full body paint. I walk around and I not see any that the lock it's going.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
stripes.
The structure is
yes,
good, right?
it's good. It's for me on the first sign when I don't have the measurement tool, it looks like it's from factory.
Yeah, correct.
It's really good done. Here on one.
Here you can find some signs that the car was repainted, right? Because they have to cover it.
Yeah.
They don't take out the window.
The window, yeah.
They have to cover it and repaint it, but it's still fine. The worst thing, or the most important thing with pre-purchase car inspection is to tell the customer is the car is safe for driving.
Yeah.
Right? Because if the car was cut in the half and it's mixed together, it's a not good idea to buy this car. But if the car is only repainted or there was a small accident but it's done good, it is okay. I think that it's more very important just to tell people that why it's worth to buy 4x4 cars from here. Because this is one of the type of cars that we are buying from here. 4x4 off-road cars, of course, unique cars like this and other things. Yeah, but why 4x4?
The 4x4, the most people maintained very well the cars of them here.
Yeah, because
they don't want to stuck somewhere in the desert or in the hot outside because 1 month before we have nearly 60 degrees.
Yes, correct.
And it's really important when you
to not stuck on the desert or somewhere else.
When you buy your wife a car to bring your kids to the pool or something, that she don't stop with this car because after you have headache.
Yeah, or she can be burned.
Yeah.
Okay, so and what about the frame? Because from my side, as I see, especially for, let's say, old cars, like, let's say, my Nissan Petrol, right? If you compare Polish market or general European market, there is one important thing. Frame here is without rust.
Yes, without rust or small.
Not like
no.
Not at all.
This was for me relatively new, 3.5 years before when I come to the UAE market. In Europe, especially I'm from Serbia.
Yeah.
After 10 years, a car, it's full of rust.
Yes, of course.
And here I checked cars 20 years old, only small.
Yeah, it's not a rust.
No,
you don't see any holes on the frame.
Fly rust.
Yes.
Only
you can just remove it, repaint it, and it's perfect. Okay. So from outside general, I think we can make a walk around video, but we know that this car is accident free. We know this car is done good.
New,
it's a brand new car.
Yes.
There is one important thing. The whole interior was changed. So what we can tell right now about this interior? What do you think?
At the custom-made interiors, we mostly check the stitching because you have the good quality stitching like this, and also when you feel the materials, it's real leather. It's not this Chinese replacement leather.
Not from the ready sets, but it's done from the beginning till the end.
When you see the lines of the stitching are straight.
Yeah.
Because we also have cars the stitching make like this,
of course.
It don't looks nice. And here, especially, we look this part. Because when you sit in, especially with a little bit more weight, it will broken. But you see, they put here double leather. They make a proper stitching. I mean, when I compare the quality of the leather, no, it's not really original Mercedes.
Yeah, of course.
But it's on the top.
Yes, it's on the top, correct.
I mean, this car is maybe compared to another conversion to the Brabus. It's a little bit higher, but they use real good qualities and they use as real carbon, not only the fake carbon. Yeah,
it's very important to tell that. This is the real carbon, this is not a fake. So it's of course more expensive. Yeah. And it's very important to
the interior, when you look here, when you compare the steering wheel, they have really done it proper with the carbon and the the gap between the carbon and the leather is nearly nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can compare it when you don't know this, when you don't see the logo, the additional logo, you can think it's an original Mercedes steering wheel.
Yes, that's true. And also dashboard is very nice because it's with Alcantara. I like it. Especially here, right?
Yeah.
Because Alcantara is, let's say, more, how to say that, reliable for these temperatures.
Yes.
Okay, so regarding outside and interior, we said something, and it's a good car. We can just say. What about technician side? Because this is the most stressful thing for everyone. What we can say about cars from UAE general, Nikki? What is the worst things in cars from UAE?
The worst thing is when you buy somewhere private from somebody who don't take care of the car.
Yeah.
Because this, you can also find it. But I think in this system, how you sell the cars, the customer don't come in this problem to come in a fraud trap.
Yeah.
To become a car who is not well maintained, or a flooded car, or an accident car.
I think we have to tell also that there is a little bit different culture here than also in Europe. Because, for example, in Europe, you have been in Switzerland many years.
Yes.
So in Switzerland, this is typical that people buying cars, they have service book, they put everything together.
Yes.
They have bill for everything, right?
Yes.
So you can check the history very easy and see what was done inside the car and everything. Here is a little bit different because people first thing first, they can service the car, but they don't care about bills and they don't care about service book. So it's very often that the car was well maintained, but it's without any history that is physical, right? So this is the one thing. Second thing, people here sometimes don't care about the cars. So there is a full of history that you can buy the car from the beginning and you can drive, let's say 100k without even oil change, right? It's not very often. I think that the culture here is changing a lot. It's going much better. Every single year I see that we are checking better cars. We have better quality on the market because there is many people from outside also. They see that it should be done better and not in that way as before. But still, you have to be very carefully.
I mean, the first change for me was that you can make at a normal petrol station an oil change.
Yeah.
Without
super extra.
In 10 minutes.
Yeah, in 10 minutes, yeah. You just go to top up your fuel and you change all.
And I mean, these guys, they use proper material, good oil, the original filters, not replacement or something. But they don't write something in your service book.
Correct.
And the people here are more in rush than in our countries.
Correct.
And they also, I mean, I speak now for me from the Serbian side. When somebody spends 10, 15, 20k euro on a car, he don't become the money easy.
Yeah.
And he look really good on the car because he want to drive this car 5 to 10 years.
Exactly, correct.
That means you go to a proper service and you make an appointment with a good mechanic.
You're taking care about your baby, right?
You don't go to every service on the street.
Yeah.
And here is a little bit the mentality, but yeah, you're right. It's in a progress. It's changing, but still now, okay, I go to the first mechanic that I see, fix it. Don't worry.
I don't have time. I don't have time to analyze everyone. I just need to change oil today. I'm going to the petrol station. I'm doing this and that.
I must refill the AC. I go to the first shop. I refill it. The people don't go. They don't have a relation with the mechanic or something.
True.
They go to the first that they see. They finish the problem. You have better and worse mechanics like everywhere.
Yes.
But they go to the first. They finish, and they don't care about it because the mentality is: I have a car to use it. I drive it till it goes. After, I don't care about it. And this is the special part of us, to find for the customer a really good car for a good price with a good worth.
You can see right now how I knows about the car. Yeah, oh my god, this is such a big engine. Real Brabus.
Yeah, you see, this is one thing, the compilation to quality of some countries and Europe.
Yeah.
Because in Europe, the mechanic will repaint this after he make the settings of the hood.
Yes. General, this bonnet, you can say it is not settled properly because it's here scratching. And of course, the area where the engine was repainted and it's good because the whole car is matching, but this is not the best. And here you can also see that in Europe, it will not work to finish it like this here.
Yes.
You can show on the video here. It cannot. It shouldn't be like that. Of course, the car is modified. This is not a big thing. You can fix it easily, but still, this shouldn't be like this. And also the bonnet is not set properly.
Yeah.
Okay, we checked the outside, we checked the interior. What about the engine?
The engine is the biggest headache that we have to find for you the right car, to find a car who is not overheated, because here in the UAE especially, when in the summertime, when you don't look properly to your car, it can be fast that the car overheating.
Yes.
That means we check the head gasket, how it's possible, what it's visible. We check the water reservoir, it's to don't have
mixed oil and
coolant, and also on the engine to see it's not the, I don't know.
In Polish this is masło.
Yeah, the white one.
We call it as butter, you know?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's becoming. You see it on the first sign.
Exactly.
And we check also the chassis here in front. It's all still original, not a big front accident or something. Because you see, okay, here it's now special because it's a body kit and everything is changed. But in a stock car, we check the bolts, check it's the fender removed, not removed, it's dented or it's still original. Because this you see.
Please refresh my mind. The element, because I forgot the word. The element that is the construction element is going straight. What's the name of it?
The chassis arm.
Yeah, chassis arm, exactly. And this is super important to tell that for our viewers, that it is very hard. It is possible, but you cannot make it official to register the car in UAE when the chassis is damaged and the chassis arm is not original.
Yes.
You can fix it properly, you can set it up, but it has to go on the measurement on the laser, right?
Yes.
And in RTA here, and then you can try to register the car. So this is super important to tell that a part of the car qualities that sometimes not very good, a part of the outside about the body that is not painted properly every time, the chassis should be fine.
Yes. We say this every time, the cosmetics.
Yeah, cosmetics.
I mean, a good polish, some smart repair, smart dents. The interior maybe not in the best shape, but the chassis, mostly to all cars we can give a warranty on the chassis that the chassis is properly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, before we send the cars also to Europe, we must make the export test. They check it again.
Yeah.
And yeah, the chassis, it's a big problem because they don't have also the proper mechanics for this.
Tell me one thing, because people sometimes is asking about it. Is all cars has heating, inside?
No.
No?
No.
Okay,
no.
Tell about this. Because, for example, in my petrol, there is no heating inside. I was trying to do it. They erased that. They removed
the heating
and everything, because it's useless here, and also it can get you in trouble here, right?
Yes.
So tell about this.
I say the newer cars and the German cars, they have all heating and seat heating and everything, but it's not necessary here.
Yeah, of course.
It's not needed. It's useless.
So overheating. So overheating is a typical thing here, right? What else? What about the gearbox? What about the oiling gearbox?
The oiling gearbox, you know, the big SUVs, actually you have Raptors like this. You can show this. They only use it for the asphalt and to mall crawling.
Yeah.
They crawl in the mall in the parking box. And these guys don't do nothing. And the guys you see directly is a car desert using or not. Because the mostly guys who use the cars in the desert, they put an additional cooler for the gearbox oil. Because otherwise they will change all 2 months the gearbox because the hot temperature. Especially the Nissan Patrols, you see when somebody really use the car. The guys who use the Nissan Patrol, especially hard in the desert, you see they have additional coolers in the front, bigger
fan and everything, right?
Yeah, additional fans, bigger coolers, a big gearbox cooler and everything. This is.
So general, how to check is the car is not from the hard driving on the desert?
You see it, no additional coolers.
Yeah.
The engine is clean. It's not everywhere sand.
Yeah.
Because normally you see it directly in the engine bay. The sand is fine.
But it's not a powder, but it's a lot of sand there, right? Because see, we have to remember that it's a good if the engine is not washed. I like it.
Yeah.
So, for example, I had here 2019 Dodge Durango, and the engine was completely dust. It was everywhere.
Yes.
But it wasn't cleaned before, so it was fine for me. But it's a different type of dust. There is a less dust. from standing outside and from normal using the car, and it's different when you go on the desert. When you go on the desert, the dust is everywhere.
Everywhere.
In every single hole, you can find a little bit dust.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. Okay. What about the gearbox?
The gearbox, I mean, when it's possible, we make a test drive.
Yeah, of course.
We lie on the deck.
It's very important. We make test drive every single time, but not every single time in the first shot.
Yes.
Because sometimes it is like that. Let's say the car is blocked for all other cars. So we are checking we start in the car, we put drive reverse, we make a report for you, and when you say, okay, this car is fine for me, I can buy it, but just make a test drive before we pay deposit, we're doing this. We cannot buy a car without driving. A part of the cars from auctions. This is a different story, right? Auction is a different story.
I speak of the first sign.
Yeah, we are speaking about the first sign.
We tried at least here for 2 meters, 10 meters. Our mechanics lying down, first take pictures of the chassis. Of the frame to see is the gearbox somewhere leaking, and it's everything okay. Yeah. And we make a video when the car have differential or differential blockada. We try everything. We send you a video with the complete how it works, and we give our opinion to the car because our mechanic is more than 10 years in this.
So he has knowledge, he has experience, and he knows about everything. It's also important to say about the blockada. So this is the same word in Serbian and in Polish, but it's important because, for example, in G-Wagon, this car is using mostly for driving on the road. They don't take this car on the desert. So this, differential lock is using only one time, when the car is brand new and the tester is checking the car. That's it, because after that they do not using it. And the worst thing is that those differential locks are electrical, so if people not using it, it can be stuck. So I mean that it not means that you cannot buy this car if the differential lock is not working. You just have to compare the value of the repairing with the car value. Is it worth it or is it not? Okay, fine. So general, we speak about the engine, gearbox, the most important things. What about other things? What about the differential? What about what are you also checking, Nicky?
We're checking. It's a small sign, but in the trunk. Now here it's everything closed, but in the most cars you see also the back. On the most cars we can remove the carpet easily, and then we see how looks the back side, the frame from inside. Is it some big things done or nothing? Because I mean, the most problem which we confronted when we check the cars, to give you the right opinion and to the customer, because the customer buys on pictures and on your opinion.
Yes, correct.
And you trust on us. That means we really try. We have for every check 1 to 1.5 hours to take everything properly. Also at 60 degrees, you see the pictures. We need sometimes more time, but we lying under the car. When it's possible, when somewhere in the near it's a jack, we ask the seller to put it fast on the jack to do a properly test. We check the brakes, we check the tires, the production year of the tires, because here we found cars, the profile it's like new, but the tire is 2012 production year. That means this tire you can throw away.
Yes, correct.
We check everything, and we check also the possibility of the kilometers, the age of the cars. Right? Yes, the kilometer manipulations. We put our tester. We have actually 2 testers. We use the lounge, classical like in a garage.
Yes, correct.
And the Carly for fast.
Car checking and modules and everything.
Yes, all modules and everything. To see, because you must thinking on Mercedes G-Wagon have I think 36 computers for different modules.
The odometer is recorded on each module.
On each module. Also on the key, on the lights and everything, but also to check is somewhere a manipulation, only the lights are hidden, is something in the background. And you see, comparing, it's the VIN number on every module the same. Because, you can, these are all indicators for a crashed car or a flooded car, for the cars that you don't want to sell to your customers.
Yes, exactly.
And when you see it's a proper report, everywhere the same chassis number, the kilometers everywhere the same, it's fine, then we can go forward.
It's also very important to tell you one thing. You have to always remember that we cannot go into the engine. We cannot check everything. we have some type of limitations. So of course we are showing you right now our work, and we are trying to do our best every single time to give you proper report and proper information about the car. But sometimes some things can be hidden so much that you cannot find it here on the parking spot. You have to take the car to the garage, you have to remove some parts, but it's not very often. And let's be honest, it is only for the old cars and for the super cheap cars.
Yes.
This is important thing to tell, that don't choose every single time the cheapest car.
Yes.
Everyone wants to make the best deal. Everyone wants to buy the car in the best option, but don't buy the cheapest one. We checked right now two Lexus.
Yes.
There was LC500 and LC500 hybrid. So between those two cars, there was a different, let's say 20K, I think.
Around, yes.
The cheapest one was super cheap, but there was some issues, right? The guy didn't want to show you the car, give you for the test drive. When you did the test drive, the signs go out on the dashboard and everything. And after that, we checked the different one. It was more 20,000, right?
Yes.
But it was much better condition, super condition to
Super
compare for
like
that one.
brand new.
Exactly. Only the paint surface was a little bit higher.
Yeah.
That's it. But we can accept that. Customer accepted. We know that the car is not after a big accident or something.
Yeah.
It's still fine because the price is still attractive.
Yes.
That's
yes.
important.
Compared to Europe,
It's very good.
very attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, for the customer, we buy cars from 5,000 euro to 500,000 euro.
Yes, that's important.
I mean, for us it's the same. I go to check a Suzuki Vitara for 4,000 or 5,000 euro, or I coming to check a brand new Ferrari for 500,000. Because
and you're trying to do same job for each type of car.
This is what I want to tell you. Our team act every time like they go to buy for them a car.
Yeah.
And yeah, we try to put the best. We send you videos of the engine. We try to hear some special noises. It's something not good, but like you say, we are not sitting in the engine. It's a used car.
We have to remember.
It can be that you bring the car to Poland, drive 1,000 kilometers, and after the engine is blown.
Yes. Correct.
But the same can happen. You go to Warsaw to a car
of course,
place.
anywhere
you
else,
buy a
because
car.
this is a used car.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
That's not the.
For us, it is very important just to tell you that we are trying to be 110% honest with you, and we want to give you proper job. That's the.
I'm more happy to give you directed opinion, like last time with the S-Class.
Yeah.
This car, no.
Yeah. Also, we can mention that how many cars we are checking through the month that we are not buying, because I would say this is 50 or even maybe 60%.
Yes.
We are making
56, nearly to 70%.
Yeah, that we are not buying.
That we not buying.
We not recommend.
Yes.
Exactly. So this is important. Okay, guys, I think we said enough and we showed you plus or minus how we are working. We thank you very much for your attention today. Hit the like button and subscribe, of course, because algorithm like it. And check our YouTube channel for next videos about the cars from UAE, maybe also USA. Thank you very much. Take care. See you soon. Bye.